So with grief, I always like to start by saying there is no one right way to do it. It's different for everyone. Grief is a unique experience. Even two people in the same household will experience their grief differently. Therefore, a lot of reactions come with it, a lot of emotions. There is, of course, sadness, waves of sadness. There is sometimes anger. There is, in particular for pet loss, guilt and regret are huge. I think, again, that goes back to some of the decision-making that we have to do as we care for them throughout their lives. On the other hand, I have seen joy in grief. I've seen humor, and I've seen relief. And I know that sounds like a strange thing to say. And a lot of people, I guess when they come into these spaces with any of those emotions, sometimes they're unsure of them. Is there something wrong with me for having these intense waves of sadness? I feel so guilty. I feel like I did something wrong. I'm angry. I'm angry at the world. I'm angry at, my veterinary clinic. I'm feeling bad because I'm relieved that they're not in pain anymore, but also that I don't have to go through their intense care schedule. People are really hard on themselves for having these emotions. All of them have a place, and all of them are things that can be experienced in grief. They can all exist in the same grief experience. They can all exist at the same time. I see a lot of laughter when people share memories with me, a lot of good memories. There's a lot of joy in sharing stories about animals and the legacy that they leave behind. Doesn't mean they're not sad. To talk a little bit more, though, about guilt and regret, because those two are big, they come up often, and it's not because anyone necessarily actually has something to feel guilty for. Oftentimes, again, it's human nature. We all have an inner critic, and that inner critic is the one that tells us we should have done something differently, especially when it comes to caring for animals. Again, it's a big weight that we carry on our shoulders with decision making. And so even if we logically know that we did everything we could, or we did the best that we could, or that we loved them till the end, sometimes we still find a way to second guess ourselves, to do the woulda, shoulda, couldas, to find blame in ourselves. And what I want to say to people out there who might be feeling guilty, again, that's normal. Doesn't mean you have something to feel guilty for, but sometimes that pops up. Sometimes what it's helpful to recognize is, again, the logic versus the grief. We all have a logic brain. It's what helped you make all of those important decisions for caretaking all through your animal's life. We also have a grief brain. Grief brain is not meant for logic. Grief brain is where we feel those big emotions. It's where things like guilt come pouring in, and especially acutely in grief, sometimes it takes a little time to find perspective on those things. So whether it's guilt, whether it's regret, joy, relief, etc., sadness, what people need, it's different for everyone, but it's important to find perspective. Where does perspective come from? Sometimes with time, sure. Also with talking, with support, with people you can verbalize things to. It comes sometimes with talking to professionals. Sometimes we're able to give ourselves perspective. Sometimes it means if we can sit safely with our emotions, that's just what we have to do. We have to ride them out for a little bit to come to the other side and say, okay, maybe that's not exactly what I thought it was. Or maybe I'm feeling this way, but maybe that's something I can revisit later, and I need to go have a little distraction now. Over time, we learn that grief integrates into our life. It does not go away. So the goal isn't fixing or solving any of those big emotions we just talked about. It's about learning how to function with them and knowing that the day you learn to function with them, the day it integrates is going to be different for everybody. But it does happen.